Hello and welcome to episode 3 of The Pilgrimage with Brazil. My name is Jamie. Coming up on today's episode, I've got 2 games for you. We're away to Uruguay and away to Argentina in World Cup qualifying. So let's get straight into the Uruguay game and I'll show you the team in just a moment. Okay, so here is the team for that opening match of the episode away to Uruguay, and it is Kevin Leonardo in goal, back four of Miranda, Jefferson Felipe, Carlos Antonio and João Victor, Marcos Antonio at the base of midfield, Tadeu and Andre ahead of him, Pedro on the left wing, Leandro on the right, Jose Ricardo up front. So let's submit the team and go and give the team talk. Okay, the assistant is recommending we're doing well and we're on a good run. Keep it going, shall we? I think that's absolutely fair enough, so we'll pump the fists and agree with him. And we'll go into the tunnel, complete our tunnel interview. Is the first goal going to be crucial? Scoring first matters, absolutely. Am I hopeful of a performance? If we play as well as we're capable of, we'll be absolutely fine. Jefferson Felipe is playing a different position today. Why is that? I've picked a team to win the match. Okay, so let's get straight into the action. And as always, first 10 minutes we'll just let things play out, see how they go, and we'll react to whatever we see. Uruguay have had the better of it without there having been any actual highlights for us to see, so I think a demand more now is probably the right move, and see if that has an impact. We have finally had a shot on target. We're not playing brilliantly. Right, Gallardo with the ball forward, Jefferson Felipe wins it back, Pedro to Marcos Antonio, Jefferson Felipe, Miranda, back to Marcos Antonio, Miranda again on halfway, to Marcos Antonio, gives it him back, Jefferson Felipe to Miranda, down the left wing, loses it, Gonzalez to Chagas, Barbosa to Chagas, goes all the way back to his keeper, who launches it long. Rocha's under it, finds Casanova. He has the shot, but Kevin Leonardo is equal to it. And Uruguay are definitely bossing this at the moment. So let's demand more. And see if we can get ourselves back into the game. Uruguay shouldn't really be threatening us. We're on the attack this time though. Pedro to Miranda, into Tadeu, crosses, João Victor with the header against the crossbar, it's cleared behind for a corner, and it'll be an outswinger from Marcos Antonio. The header is over the top and the chance goes begging. We are having slightly the better of it, but they've had more shots on target. So we need to do something. Right, João Pedro isn't playing well, so he's going to be the one hooked off at half time. And in fact, Miranda as well is having an absolute nightmare at left back. So double change at half time. Don't like what I saw. So let's change the left back, Miranda, for Kaike. And then also João Pedro, and we'll bring on Mike Stephenson, and we'll send them out to try and get the match won in the second half. And I think my third and final change is going to have to be the right winger, Leandro, although not yet, and coming on in his place is going to be Paulo Sergio. In fact, it's not. It's going to be Wilson, but not yet. As we go close again from Marcos Antonio, I'm going to wait till 70 minutes, and it will be Leandro. In fact, we'll do it now because of the injury for Wilson, as Carlos Antonio has just given us the lead. And I wasn't really paying attention. I was sorting the sub out, so we will watch the replay this time. Marcos Antonio's corner, near post header, beats the keeper for sheer power. Uruguay 0, Brazil 1. And that should be the ball game. Marcos Antonio with a free kick into the area. Carlos Antonio hits the woodwork, and it's cleared. And we have absolutely in the end dominated the game. We do deserve to win it. We don't have any more subs left to make, so the players out there now are going to have to see the job through. And as it stands, we are 5 clear of Argentina at the top of the table. Stephenson to Tadeu, Kaike into Stephenson, plays it back to Tadeu, Andre, Marcos Antonio to KK, and it's cleared. Carlos Antonio to Jefferson Felipe, KK to Tadeu, Stephenson, back to KK, Tadeu to João Andre, into Wilson, feed João Victor, and it's saved by the Uruguay goalkeeper at the expense of a corner. And it's Marcos Antonio with the in-swinger into the middle, headed away. João Andre to Marcos Antonio, plays it forward, but well off the intended target. And the highlight comes to an end. We're into the last 10 minutes of the match. Can we hold on? And will my voice hold out? That is the other question. So KK to Tadeu, KK into Stephenson, Tadeu, Stephenson, Tadeu with the shot, and he's picked out the corner, and that makes it 2-0 in the 90th minute, and that surely wraps up the game. We don't need the replay of this one. It was obvious how we scored, and that should be that. And that is indeed full time. Uruguay 0, Brazil 2. I'll be back in a moment with the second match of today's episode. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode as we face the trip to arch rivals Argentina, and the team for this one is Leonardo in goal, back four of Victor, Antonio, Wallace and Felipe. It's Antonio at the base of midfield, Andre and Tadeu ahead of him, Leandro on the right wing, Pedro on the left and Ricardo up front. So let's submit the team and go and give the team talk. Okay, the assistant is once again suggesting if you carry your last performance into this match, we'll do well. No, I'm going to go with the rivals one, the second one from the top. So let's pump the fists. Come on everyone, I know you all want to beat our rivals as much as I do. So let's get into the tunnel. And yeah, we enjoy these matches a lot, absolutely. How will I look to build on the performance last time out against Uruguay? Momentum. Kevin Leonardo starts again. How happy have I been with him? He deserves a lot of praise for the way he's approaching it. Absolutely. We'll get the game underway. As always, first 10 minutes, we'll just let it drift by unless anything remarkable happens. And we are actually having the better of it in this one quite comfortably. Argentina yet to have a shot with 10 minutes gone. So I think an encourage at this point is probably wise. And It's Drago back to his keeper Castaño, who goes long. Aguilar heads it down and then gets it back, and suddenly, out of nowhere, Argentina were in on Leonardo's goal, but he is able to hold on. And 20 minutes gone, it's Argentina on the attack again. Cipolla back to Rios, all the way back to halfway, and Drago, who goes back to his keeper, finds Salto into Rios, to Luca, back to Drago, Luca, Drago again. It's we're managing to keep them at bay so far, but they've got through with a big long ball, and Gustavo Aguilar has made it Argentina 1, Brazil 0 with 20 minutes gone. Kevin was beaten too easily there. I think a demand more is needed. He hasn't let us down up to now, so we can't be too critical of the guy. He is a young goalkeeper and we need to back him. Carlos Antonio to Andre. Carlos Antonio into João Victor. João Andre loses it to Aguilar. Salto to Galliano. And we've won it back. João Pedro, ball over the top. And Ricardo on the volley, just off target. That should have been a goal, but the chance goes begging, and Argentina come forward again, although they've wasted the opportunity, and Leonardo scoops up the loose ball and he goes short to Marcos Antonio, Carlos Antonio, and Kevin Leonardo gives the ball away. I don't know what he's thinking there, but he's lost his mind with that one. I think I need to tell him to calm down. And Diaz is in for Argentina. Crossed ball, it's headed away, but Diaz will get another go. Beats his man, plays it back to Luca. Diaz, and the save from Leonardo, but he can't hold it. And Aguilar is there to put it in the back of the net, although it doesn't count. It is offside. And it remains 0-0. In fact, it doesn't. It remains 1-0. My apologies. Diaz into Rios. We get it clear as far as Ricardo plays it forward. And Leandro drifts out to the right, plays it back to Marcos Antonio. João Andre with the shot over the top for a goal kick. And we're going to go in at half-time losing as it stands. Carlos Antonio to João Victor. Back to Carlos Antonio. Into Marcos Antonio. João Victor to Carlos Antonio to Marcos Antonio. They swap passes. João Victor to João Andre. Tadeu back to Wallace. Finds Felipe on the left. Into Tadeu. Back to Wallace, to Jefferson Felipe, into Tadeu, João Pedro to Jose Ricardo, Tadeu to Leandro, and he screws the shot miles wide, and it is going to be 1-0 at half time. It's been a frustrating, disappointing first half, and Aguilar wins the header. João Pedro wins it back. But Argentina are in again and they've scored. Jeremias Russo makes it 2-0. It is a good goal, but it's a disappointing one from our point of view. The game is up, and question is, what do we do about it? Shout at the lads, obviously. So we'll point the finger. Disappointed. And let's see about changes. Kevin Leonardo. I'm going to bring on, let's have a look, Gabriel Brazal. And the other change is going to be João Victor at right back for Roberto. And that'll do for now. So let's get the second half underway. See if we can salvage something. It'll only be pride, it won't be anything more than that. But let's demand more and see if we can get at least pride restored. I mean, to be honest, we don't deserve to be losing looking at the match stats. Never mind losing 2-0. The only question is, what is the third and final change going to be? I suspect it'll be João Pedro on the left wing, but not yet. We'll wait till 70 minutes. In fact, it won't. It'll be Tadeu. He's picked up a knock. So let's start looking at who can come on in his stead. The obvious candidate is Valdemar. So I think that is probably what we're going to do. So we'll do that now. We might as well. As Argentina come again, Mendoza into Ray, to Russo, to Luca on the right hand side. He plays it back to and gives it away to Deu, to Felipe, back to Wallace, who comes forward, finds Tadeu, Felipe, to João Pedro, into Jose Ricardo, João Pedro to Felipe, diagonal to Leandro, back to João Andre, all the way back to Carlos Antonio, Roberto to João Andre, into Leandro. Jose Ricardo has picked out an absolute screamer, and we do have consolation. It is Argentina 2, Brazil 1, and there is time still to get another goal. Although João Pedro really could do with coming off, but there's no subs left. Let's fire up the lads. See if that has the desired effect. Felipe into João Pedro, diagonal to Leandro, plays it back to Roberto, Leandro, ball across, and it's diverted in by João Pedro. Is he offside though? He is, sadly. So it doesn't count. I'm not interested in how tight the decision was. Does at least show that we are up for the fight, if nothing else, even though we're still losing. And into the last 5 minutes, let's fire up the lads one more time, see if we can get some kind of late reaction. Although it's an Argentina attack, Ray, it's crossed in, Leandro with in fact it's Mendoza with the header into the back of the net, and that secures it for Argentina. It's Argentina 3, Brazil 1. Job done as far as they're concerned. The 4 minutes of stoppage time are not going to be relevant now. Roberto back to Antonio, Roberto to Marcos Antonio, into Waldemar. Jose Ricardo comes forward, hits the shot straight at Castagno. And that surely will be the last chance we'll have to have any impact on the match. And there we go, that's full time. Argentina 3, Brazil 1. I'll be back in a moment with the league table and to confirm what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, time now to take a look at the standings and see how those two games have affected things. As you can see, we remain top of the group with 28 points from our 12 matches played, 9 wins, 1 draw, the 2 defeats to Argentina and Chile on the road. And let's have a look at what's coming up on the next episode. And as you can see, that's the final game for the year. So we'll be back in 2037, and we're back in March with Venezuela at home and Chile at home. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.